done it previously, but quick recap: you were a cam girl, and this person wanted to degrade him, and wanted you to tell him to cut off his cojones, and he actually cut off one of his cojones.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Oh my god.
So
I was a cam girl, and like we're in like private chat where he's paying by like the minute, but like he offered like 3,000. He already tipped it, and he was like, "I just want you to push me to cut off one of my balls." And he already had like a metal clamp thing. So then I was like, "Well, if you already tipped me $3,000, and you're probably just gonna tell the other girl.
Excuse me?
If I say no, you're gonna have someone else do it." So then I was like, "Yep."
And he did it?
I said, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yep. Go.
Oh, God.
Blop.
Wait, do that again.
Keep going, keep clipping. Good job, good boy. Blop. It then went blop on the floor.
Damn.
What the fuck?
Wow. That's like some Jackass Forever type shit, but like
Yeah, and then
turned
later
kinky.
he joined
Yeah.
like again and showed me his little scar.
Did he have to go to the hospital?
I would hope
I mean,
he
it
went to
ended
the
right after that,
hospital.
and then he
Oh,
came
wow.
back on the cam with like a scar, like a
And only one testicle?
yes.
Bro gave himself a...
He got skinny.
Okay.
I'm so alarmed right now. I feel so bad for that man.
You didn't like, I don't know, call the police, say, hey, there's a psychopath who's cutting his balls off on
I don't know
camera.
where he lives. I don't know his real name.
Yeah,
Would
I
she
don't
get
think
in
you need to
trouble
know.
for like...
I think he probably just went to the hospital on his own after that. I don't know. The call ended right after that, so nothing I can do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could have called police, yeah. I think.
On me?
Yeah, I would have called police and said, hey, this guy just cut his balls off on the
Oh, I
camera.
could've
Right?
donated
Yeah.
$200. Good on you, Brian. Plus 10 Sunday good sport.
Hey, thank
Brave
you,
and
Raph.
decent man. Plus
Thank you,
10
man.
Jake's shirt toy. Andrew's debate plus 10.
nice shirt.
Have a good podcast, ladies.
Hey, Wrath.
Hashtag eyebrows matter.
Eyebrows
Hashtag
matter?
Ono Cajones.
Wait. Oh no, eyebrows matter. Yo, Rat, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the TTS, man, and also thank you earlier for. I think you sent in like 10 Twitch subs, so thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Good to see you in the chat. Wow. Okay. Any other similar stories of whatever that was?
Me and my little sister like kicked someone in the balls in public.
Oh,
in
boy.
Seattle, that was funny.
In Seattle?
Yeah, it was like one of the first times I saw her in like years, and she got into it. And then like, I came home from school, and she was like, "Kayla, I cleaned your shoes," and they were dirty as. So then, I'm like, "You cleaned them?" She's like, "No, my sub cleaned them." And then she showed me a video of like, she's wearing my shoes outside my like apartment, and this man is like on his hands and knees licking my shoes clean. They were dirty as hell, and they were clean as hell after. And then later, like the next day,
How do I get one of those? I
don't know. Ask her.
Bro,
And
that's
then, like the next
crazy.
day, we met up, me, her, and my friend, in a public like parking lot in like a really popular area of Seattle. He laid down and we like kicked him in the balls, and then also we used another footstool, and he paid us to do that.
What the
Money is money.
Damn, that's crazy. What the okay. You got anything for that, Andrew, or you just kind of...
Delinquents.
Wow.
Straight up delinquents.
Sad. I feel bad. That's so sad.
Yeah, but like
I would do that.
I don't think it's sad of her. I feel bad for anyone who their brain like thinks they have to do that to get someone's attention and love.
Do you think that's what it is? Attention and love?
I don't, or desperate. I don't know.
Or they
I
hate
really
themselves.
don't know. I don't get it. I think it's really sad.
I feel like everyone
Well,
has different reasons.
It's
for doing
dangerous.
Do you think like a dude
It's
who would
deranged,
go on a
psychotic.
camera to cut off one of his balls might be slightly mentally ill?
Yeah.
Slightly? Oh, honestly, not at all. I think that that man's in perfect
Yeah,
ship
sure.
shape in his head.
Yeah, but that kind of begs the question, right? Like, if you know that the guy is obviously clearly not there in the head, why the fuck would you let him do that?
Yeah.
Rent's due.
I mean, he
Gotta
already
put
sent
some
the
money
money
in investments.
Yeah, it's all about
so
you.
I can,
But,
well,
I mean, let's take. You know what? I agree. You know,
But,
if
like-
I should take advantage of mentally ill women so I can pay my rent. Like, how would that sound the other direction?
but it's like anonymous and on camera, and he's already
you know,
on
Metro
there
Mac
to
donated
get.
$200. All your fathers have failed you.
it's
Like,
True.
here, let me give you.
That's
Wait,
very
just,
true.
just one sec. Yo, Metro Matt, thank you so much for the TTS, man. Really appreciate it. Really quick, before I have Andrew ask his question, who here are your parents still together? Just show of hands. You? Okay. And then, who here has good relationships with their father?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Wait, what?
Kinda.
Okay.
We don't live near each other now, so it's easy to have a good relationship.
Wait, didn't you
over text.
vandalize his
My
house?
dad's-
Yeah, after he
ask
threw you
him.
out for delinquent behavior.
Yeah, when I was 18, now I'm 22.
You had a
4
question, Andrew?
years.
Yeah, well, okay. So let me give this scenario back the other way. Let's pretend that you had a mentally ill woman, right, who you were exploiting to, well, I don't know, give sexual favors to men while she was on camera. Would you say that that was bad?
Wait, like,
Mentally ill woman,
yeah.
you, some guy is exploiting that mental illness or utilizing that mental illness in order to have her do sexual favors for men on camera. Is that bad?
If she's not, like, wanting that. If that's,
No, she wants it. She's just mentally ill.
Well, that's her decision. Shit.
So he's not doing anything wrong.
I don't think it's anyone else's responsibility to take care of someone else.
Never. There's no response. Like, I
Unless,
mean,
like,
if you have a
someone's-
child, it's your
Well,
responsibility
then,
to take care
yeah,
of them,
your
right?
child, but like a random person, you're not responsible for like their mental health. But like,
Yeah, like if somebody's about to set themselves on fire, you don't think
Okay,
they have a
that's
responsibility to
different.
like stop them?
that's different because
Well,
they're
what's
gonna like
different?
die.
What's different? Like, it's the same concept. Don't you have duties to other people to not let them do horrible things to themselves if you can stop it?
I mean,
Like, wouldn't you want somebody to do that for you? If like, let's say you took a bunch of mushrooms some night, right? You popped a bunch of mushrooms, caps, right? Or you took some acid and you were like in the street freaking out, right?
Yeah.
You're just freaking out. You're about to start hurting yourself, and some nice guy walked by and saw that you were clearly not there. And he was like, "Oh, hey, I got this camera here, right? And here's some money." That would be kind of like taking advantage, right? Now,
Yes, yeah.
let's switch the scenario, and he like stops and he's like, "Oh, God, there's something wrong with you. I'm going to get you to a hospital, right? Make sure you're okay, right?"
but
Okay, but that's not
but
the
genuinely,
scenario.
who would do that? Because if you see some tweaker on the street, like you're not usually gonna come up to them and try to help them because you don't know how they're gonna react.
I've seen people give great kindness to random strangers. on the
I
street.
have too, but like if someone's like really tweaking on the street, usually you don't go up to them. Like
You see a young
You-
girl, right, who's maybe like her pupils are this big and she's having a bad trip
I
or
would
something
not
like
come
that.
up to her. I would probably call some authorities.
Right, but you would get her help. That's the
Yeah.
point, right? You get her. You're not looking to exploit her, right? You're
when-
looking to help her.
But when it's an anonymous person on camera,
They are anonymous people, right? You don't know them.
I guess, but like, how am I? What am I supposed to call the cops? I don't know where he lives.
Yeah, of course you are.
A
sure.
random person under this random username on this random streaming site where I don't know where they live.
I'm sure that
and I don't know what their
the
face
police
looks like.
who can pinpoint you with ease
Yeah, just take
in
their
seconds
$3,000
would
and
never
cash,
be able to
you know?
figure out where a guy was calling you from. I mean, come on, of course they have technology to trace these types of calls and this type of things. Like, yeah, I think you could make a call.
Like
What if
IP
they have
addresses?
like a VPN on there? Like,
Yeah, I mean, those are all roadways that you can't do anything about. But what you can do something about is like, hey, this guy's about to cut one of his testicles off.
but like he's.
And by the
literally
way, and not only
begging me.
that, let's
Free
forget
will.
even that. Let's forget even that you called. What about just saying, "Hey, dude, don't cut off your balls, bro"?
But then he's like, please, please.
Yeah.
Please.
And you say, no, don't cut off your balls. Like how hard would that have been?
Skip, and then he can go to the next person.
Yeah, but
Yeah, just rob him
then
of
the responsibility, I agree, could be off of you, right?
You messed up.
You
Yeah,
can't
but then-
but there's also the chance that he didn't do that. There's also the chance he doesn't skip and go to the next person, right?
I guess, but rent's due tomorrow, and
Right. So it's just like I don't give. I'm just if I can exploit your mental illness for my own gain, I'll do that. Doesn't that sound horrible?
Gareth Godfrey donated $1,000. Pop champagne. Pop champagne. Let's have a good show. Drugs are bad. Saw my first child on the ultrasound for the first time day. So excited. W. Andrew. W. Jed. W. Discord. W. Barita Kuma.
Yo, Garrus Godfrey.
Congratulations.
You're a legend, dude. Thank you so much for the massive support. We'll do the champagne pop. While I get this opened, I'll allow you guys, if you want to
Yeah, I was
continue
just
on
saying,
with the, back and forth.
I would think that you would think he'd have some responsibility to not let a guy cut his balls off. That you would just take 1 second to be like, come on, dude, you don't actually want it. Like now we're crossing the next Rubicon of like sick.
I honestly didn't think he would do it, but like he's begging me to. I thought he would just
Can I ask you a
turn
question?
off the stream like right before.
Just say, for example, it wasn't his balls that he wanted to chop off. Say he wanted to cut himself open and remove his kidneys. How far would you go if rent was due? Rent was seriously
I'd be
due.
like-
You've got no money.
I don't even think you could do that, sir. I don't think you could cut open.
Well, I think you could try.
I'd be like,
If he was tipping big money, like
I'd be
10
like,
10
tip first.
Hold on a second. Yeah, tip first.
20,
And then
20
log off.
grand.
Yeah, y'all are making me do
Tip
this.
first, then I'll log off.
So 20 grand. If he said 20 grand is on the table, I'm going to do this. Would you do it?
I'd tell him to tip first.
And he tips. Boom. You have to stay on camera and watch though, and push him into it.
Well, usually if they tip first, then I'm gonna just cancel the call, and then I got the money.
What if he says half now, half later?
Half of 20K is 10K, so that's fine.
So you just rob him.
But then you're over here saying like that you don't want me
How
to
about?
split
Oh,
them.
wait, that's crazy.
So
It's almost like
basically,
you
I'm
don't
helping
have
him.
to encourage it or rob him. It's like you can do both.
dude with
You
the
can be
balls
like,
earlier
I'm not
sent the
only
money
not
first.
going to watch you do this horrible thing to yourself, but I'm also not going to rob you. It's like you could do both of those things. You don't even have to do one or the other or anything. You could just not do either. You could be like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to let you cut out your kidneys, and I'm not going to rob you. Is that crazy? Like, you could just do both those things.
Nah.
Nah, yeah.
you
Motherfucker
want
got to get
champagne?
robbed, you know.
Champagne?
And rent's due.
I'm okay. Thank you.
Wait, hold on. Champagne?
Sure.
Champagne?
Please.
Champagne? Andrew?
Lame.
Okay.
I'll just start passing them down.
Yeah.
No.
All right, guys. What?
Alright.
Who would you guys date? A Trump supporter?
Yeah.
Yes. Depends on how he acts.
No.
This isn't champagne. This is my
Oh,
drink.
sorry. I
Silly
apologize.
goose. I know I can't
apologize.
drink on air.
No.
I got bamboozled.
That's messed
Did
up.
you get yours?
For Jordan. Did you guys want to continue talking about
That's
the
it, I think,
ball
Ron.
cutting, or you guys?
Yeah,
I
we
think
can
they're
move
just
on
saying
from
like
there.
just being a
Wait,
decent,
did you take that one? Or?
just being a
I-
decent human being.
that's
Like you
yours
just
then.
you
Yeah,
don't
that's
want to be responsible for somebody harming themselves.
Yeah, that's why I don't like do camming anymore.
Yeah.
And I do OnlyFans.
Like even if
Everything's
it's like
normal.
money aside, it's just not the right thing to advocate for somebody or to push somebody to like hurt
Yeah,
themselves
and I
on
honestly
purpose.
thought they were like capping. Like I thought they were lying and like wouldn't actually go through with it. And I thought they were just gonna like end this stream like
That's it.
before.
At what point did it become real? Was it after he sent money?
No, he sent like half of it first. And then,
He sent half, then he had to go through with it.
yeah.
How did you know he went through with it? There was like physical proof he went through with it?
I mean, I saw it plop on the ground.
Oh.
You watched the whole thing happen.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna end the stream, and I was gonna be fine with 1,500 instead of like 3,000.
So you stayed to get the remaining 1,500?
Well, I usually don't end the stream. Like I'm just watching because I also get paid by the minute. Mm-hmm. So like,
Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, I think, yeah, they're
let's,
just saying it's-
Let's do a toast to Garrus Godfrey Salou.
Congratulations.
Congrats, guys.
Thank you, man. Really appreciate your patronage. Shoot me a DM on the I believe you're on the Discord. We'll get you the legendary rank. Thank you, man.
I
All
have
right.
a quick follow up on this.
Yes.
You said that you had ended calls before when they tip you. Does that mean that you've robbed men on this?
No.
So you've never taken the tip and then ended the call?
I'll like do the call until I'm uncomfortable because sometimes they'll ask me to do crazy things. Sometimes people are into like making myself throw up.
Yeah, sure.
Then I'm gonna end the call.
But you'll take the tip.
He already tipped.
Yeah, so
But,
he
like-
says, I want you to do this thing,
But
and
he
here's
can
the
tip,
tip.
and then tell me what he wants. But he already tipped, so like I'm not gonna refund him money.
So he's never told you what he wants, and then tipped, and then you've ended the call?
Yeah, why would he do that?
Like, just wondering.
That's happened to me though, because
That's
like
not very cash money. He should ask first.
Yeah,
before
but
sending
then
the money.
Yeah.
But then
what
they
I-
on, hang
say
on.
some stuff that's like they want like keep pushing my limits when
Yeah.
I already put the boundaries, and then after they tip they keep saying like trying to push my boundaries of like doing like other things that I didn't agree to. And that's when I just like end it, and I'm like,
So you've never taken a tip saying that you would do something and then just not done it?
no.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be kind
It's
of
once
rude.
I get like uncomfortable because they're pushing my boundaries,
What are those boundaries?
like anal type stuff. Yeah,
Oh.
I don't know.
But not snipping a testicle off?
I just honestly wanted to see if that was like if he was dead ass about that.
Well, he was dead ass.
Well,
did it for the plot.
Okay. Let's see. You said you're doing your OF to pay for your higher education. Are you in college right now too?
I'm in cosmetology.
Oh,
School.
cosmetology school. Is that the higher education, or are you trying to do something more like academic?
I'm more of a creative person, so I don't think there's a point for me to go to college for like to study arts.
Okay. All right. Moving to Heather. You do the OF stuff.
Yeah.
Are you also a stripper too, or
I wish. No.
Do any of you do stripping or?
I was a
No.
stripper for like 3 months.
3 months. Okay.
God, I want to be a stripper so bad. I
No,
actually
you
wrote an
don't.
essay when I was a kid about how I wanted to be a stripper because my mom was talking about how much money they make and stuff.
It's not worth the traumatization.
I mean, only doing it for a month would still be fun to me. And
I guess.
I don't want to do one-on-ones. Like the reason why I wouldn't be a stripper is because most clubs kind of like push you towards like touching men, and I
Yep.
do not want gross. And that's not happening. So I don't know.
Just them
I just
opening
want to
you.
I just want to look pretty on a pole and get praised. I got. That sounds so fun. What the heck? Gosh, I don't know.
Nah, but you gotta like, you'll realize you'll actually have to handle rejection to your face. Do you want to dance?
No.
$10. No, thanks, honey.
Yeah, and that's
Walk
okay.
away.
I don't care. My feelings don't get hurt very easily.
Yeah.
I just
All
I
right.
just go.
You said you've only been in 3 long-term relationships, and that this is the first time you've been single since you were 13. I don't really know anything about normal dating.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, the dating part is hard, but like when you're like single and you're just like doing your thing, I don't really know how to be single. It's hard.
Okay. You wanted to ask how old should you start thinking about serious relationships?
Yeah,
So
like
that's a question for the panel.
yeah, like when should you start thinking about getting into a relationship that you know you want to lead to marriage? You know, because like 13 is way too young.
Yeah,
Like I should not have been in a relationship at 13.
totally agree.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the personality of the person, because everyone wants different things out of relationships, out of life. Some people want a career, some people want to make a family first. So I think it's kind of open to interpretation, but I would say as like a guideline, I think it's more intelligent to date a little bit later.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. When you're a kid, I feel like you should focus on like being a kid and like learning about who you are and your friend group and stuff like that.
For sure. I'd say I kind of think like 17 at the very minimum. like if you have to date, I'd say like 17, I guess. But I'd prefer, like, your brain isn't even fully developed as a girly until you're like 25, isn't it?
Well, like
It kind of depends on the person.
Yeah.
Like you mature at
so
different
like
ages.
so like as long as you're like above 18, I guess you can't really say anything about it, but 13 is way too young. There should be like a law against that. No
There are laws
serious
against it.
relationships.
Yeah.
Well, there's laws against like doing the nasty, but that's not even. I was just like dating him, you know.
Metro Matt donated $200. Ladies, the internet is forever. Your time at a serious relationship was before of and wearing what you are.
Yeah.
Yo, Metro Matt, thank you for the TTS, man. Really appreciate it. What do you guys think about this? So, I mean, he's sort of kind of hinting towards, since you guys are involved in OF, do you think it makes things maybe a bit harder to get a relationship? Or
I definitely agree. I think it's a little bit harder depending on the type of people you want to date. I think that since I am an OnlyFans model, I've been doing that for 3 or 4 years now. It has been a little bit more challenging finding someone who is okay with someone who is in the sex work industry. And I totally understand that. It's not always easy looking over at your partner's phone and someone named Sugar Daddy number 10 is
sorry, Sugar what?
Sugar Daddy number 10.
Sugar Daddy number 10.
It's like, yo, drop your panties. I want to see you XYZ. You
Right.
know? Like, that's not easy to like see that sometimes.
Sure.
But some people are okay with like putting those differences aside and like learning who you are outside of just your career.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
If a man had a woman who had sugar daddy number 10 on the phone, and he said, I want you to do A, B, C, and D for me, and she does it, and he's okay with it, isn't he a cuck?
Do you like that?
I
Sorry, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
I like cooks. I like men who are accepting and don't really care. I would never do it in front of him personally.
A cuck
I
is
like to keep it away.
like in person watching them.
Yeah.
Why does it need to be in person?
Or like watching them.
I think it's just a guy is okay with it. So,
Yeah.
like, let me give you an example. I think if a guy says, I'm okay with you, like, having sex with my wife or girlfriend,
Oh, then that's a cuck.
that's a cuck,
Yeah.
right?
But
if he
it's
said,
just
I'm
sending
okay with you
pictures.
watching her do shit naked while you masturbate, that's still it's the same shit.
Yeah. It's just
Well, I mean,
lower.
That-
by
like, how's
by
that
that
not the
sense,
same
then
shit?
watching porn is being a cuck.
I think it's
Yeah.
What's your opinion on
I
watching
think that
porn?
there's
Because
I-
that's literally like
yeah. So I think that there's kind of a distinction there between what is interpersonal and what isn't. Well, I would agree it's bad. You shouldn't do it, right? Shouldn't be done. I think.
Sure.
Huh?
Sorry. I think it's a little bit based on who you are as a person and how you perceive things and like your nature versus nurture, you know? Because like for me, I view it as business. You know, it's like, oh, sure, whatever. It takes 10 minutes, make a few $100 or more.
But I don't see what that
But-
is. If my wife, let's say, saw it as a business opportunity to have sex with other men for money,
Oh.
that would still be cuckery, right? If I was like, okay, then.
What I mean is like the interpersonal relationship. Like when you are dating someone, it's like almost it's like romantic, you know, like an emotional connection. But not to out myself, it's work for me. Like I don't have an emotional connection.
but
It's just like a picture.
I don't really understand why it being work has anything to do with the cuck aspect of it. It's like, I get paid for it. It's like, okay, so what? You get paid for it. But if the guy's okay with you getting like, plowed, let's say, by other dudes, and you're getting paid, I don't see the distinction. It just seems like, okay, well now I'm a cuck who gets paid for being a cuck versus not getting paid for being. It's just the same shit, right?
I think it definitely depends. I think it's like a little bit circumstantial and like who the parties are involved are. Because like for me, if there's an emotional connection, I am livid. Like if my partner is like emotionally invested into another woman, I'm like, yo, bro. If it's
What's
not
an
friendly-
example of a time when it's not cuckery?
I think, for example, like a bundle, like if you're in the sex work industry, you do bundles. So if I took pictures like 3-4 years ago and I posted my story like, hey, who wants to buy this $100 bundle, whatever, and I just send it. There's no emotional connection. It's not custom, nothing like that. It's literally just 20 to like
So you're
100
sending a
bits.
bundle of nude or whatever sort
Yeah.
of content to somebody, and they're masturbating to it,
Whatever they
that
do
would-
to
I
it,
mean,
yeah.
whatever they want to
and
do.
and
with it.
your boyfriend's cool with you doing that.
Yeah.
That would make him a cuck.
I think a cuck
I
would be
think-
like someone that's turned on by that.
Nope.
Well, I mean, she doesn't do it in front of
No,
him.
well-
No, it's just him
Yeah.
allowing
Look,
it.
I think
it's just them being okay with it.
Yeah. Or being
I
okay with it.
With cuckery, I feel like it's definitely more of like an intimate, like you get turned on, you are actively
Yeah.
hard, you are actively trying to come to your partner.
Well, cuckoldry comes from the idea that a woman gets pregnant with some other man's kid, and then you unknowingly raise the child.
Oh.
That's where the root word for cuckoldry is. It comes
Okay.
from a cuckoo bird, right?
Oh.
So the idea is the bird goes in, lays eggs. Okay, not kidding.
I know.
Yeah, the bird goes in, lays eggs, and then unwittingly the offspring is being raised by the male. That's not actually their offspring, so they don't know, right? But the way it evolved is the same idea. The idea here is if other people are having sex with your chick, they could get pregnant, right? And then you could unknowingly think that that's your child. And so that's how the word evolved into the idea of if a guy is okay with you sleeping around or selling yourself sexually around, then that's cuckoldry. That's how the root got to where we're at now.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting to look at the history of words and to see how it's changed over the years.
Yeah, the
in our
etymology.
society. Yeah, the etymology. And I think for my relationship, my partner, I mean, to best of my knowledge, he's never expressed that he has any sexual interest in what I do. He's actually kind of not really the greatest fan of it. And it's like, I don't know, because it's like,
No, I'm sure he's not.
Yeah, you know.
I'm sure he's not.
Yeah.
Well, look, like honestly, don't you think that most men, they don't want to share their woman?
Definitely. I mean, I don't want to say definitely because every man is different and they all have their own special
I didn't say all. Just said
I
most.
just said myself. I'm sorry.
I just said most. Don't you think most men
Yeah.
don't want to share their woman?
I
And I mean the
agree
vast
with that.
majority, right?
Yeah. It's definitely interesting to think about how people portray themselves, especially socially. Like as an OnlyFans girl, myself, I've received a lot of distasteful comments or the ending of relationships because of it. So I definitely see the validity of not wanting your partner to do it. I also see the validity of picking and choosing who you surround yourself with and stuff like that.
No, I guess I understand your perspective. I'm asking kind of a different question.
Oh.
So, do you think most men probably don't want to share their woman?
From what I've read online and like what I've experienced myself, I do think that's the case.
Yeah, I would say that that's probably reasonable, right? That they don't want to share their woman. And so this idea, think of it from the other man's perspective, of the man who does and is willing to share their woman. Aren't all these other men who are unwilling to going to think lesser of him?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
They do. And you know what they call him? They call him a cuck.
Hey.
Right? They say you're a fucking cuck, and that's why they call him that. They think lesser of him. So, I have my own hypothesis here. See, I think that any man who allows their woman to be, on purpose, go out and screw other men or dance naked for him or whatever. Any man who allows that, every other man, regardless of their social status, is going to think they're better than that guy. Every man,
Well,
regardless
go
of, so you could be, in other words, you could be a bum in the street, hasn't washed in 8 weeks, right? No money, no nothing, and you'll think you're better than that guy
Because he's a cuck.
because he's a cuck.
But
Okay.
I'm not kidding.
Who cares about other?
Yeah,
I
we
just think
should
it's sad how
care
much you
about what
guys
other
care
people
about
think.
other
You
people's
don't. Well, you don't have
opinions.
to because you don't have to compete, right? But men do. Men have
I
to
get
compete.
that.
Hang on, men have to compete with each other. So men operate within a social hierarchy, and so it's very important to men what other men think. That's job prospects. That's how we get along in the world, is by relying on each other. So if men think lesser of you in general, right, that's a serious effect that men face within their own hierarchical structure. So
Who built
Yeah.
the way it's
that's because of
I'm sorry, but you guys, we had to fix it for ourselves. How we see, like what we do now, it wasn't this way when my grandma was a kid at all. And us women, we
Thank God
collectively
for women's
decided to change
liberation.
it. But you men, you guys haven't done that yet because it's so hard. Because it's been
We haven't been liberated.
You guys haven't like changed the judgment aspect of it. Like I was just talking about this the other night.
we
with
haven't.
a dude,
We're not ever going to judge it differently.
I spent the night at someone's house with my friend the other night, and he's like a big fan of the Whatever podcast.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it, and like I don't know, it's just really sad how like guys care so much about other people's opinions
Other
because
men.
yeah, but it's other men, yeah.
Grid 1 Motorsports donated $200.01. The delusion is ridiculous with these whores. No man wants another man to plow his woman, and to be able to ask how his dyke tastes, let alone think about sloppy seconds. Wake up and be better.
Thank you, Grid One.
All right, thank you, Grid One. Appreciate the message.
So
wait,
yeah,
you were saying that you were talking with your male friend, and why do men care so much, or what was it you were
That was
saying?
actually me.
No, yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, was
saying-
that you?
Yeah,
My
she was
apologies.
talking
My
about it, yeah.
But
apologies.
wait, none of us are getting plowed. We're simply selling
Yeah,
nudes.
I would
You guys
never
are bringing
get
it up
with
here,
that.
and
I'm
I
we're
would
not.
offer that.
I'm
No,
not.
that
We
comment was.
simply-
The comments.
Yes.
The commenter
Yeah.
said what the
You
commenter
did say
said.
a few
Yeah, no,
things
I'm
about
going
being
ba- I'm
plowed
going
by
back to
men.
what
Don't
she
make
was
a-
saying.
Sharing
No,
us.
those are
You're
or
making a
simply-
category. Making a category error.
Okay, we're simply
I'm saying
selling
everything
nudes.
under this category is the thing, which includes allowing your chick to get plowed. Not that any of you are doing that. There's a distinction there, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Deb
Yeah.
was not making that any such accusation. So the problem is like y'all have to probably attention deficit disorder. You're like I'm kidding. But anyway,
No, for
no, I
sure.
never
No,
actually
you're
said
not.
that. What I said was that all that fits under the category of cuckery.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, true. I just like my men. I like my men non-judgmental, preferably not straight, and I don't know.
You like your men not straight?
Yeah, I'd prefer a guy who's like, I don't know. My last relationship, he's
How do you
not
have
straight.
how do you have a physical
I don't know.
relationship
I don't
with
know
someone's
how I
not
bagged
straight?
him. He's so perfect, and he doesn't like
And
he doesn't
he's
like
gay?
girls like that.
Like, bye.
No, like he didn't. I guess yeah, he has been bi. He has a really great taste in women, but like I just don't like. I'm not like jealous at all. I wouldn't let him get with anyone else, and I don't want to get with anyone
So
else.
you wouldn't want him sucking a dick on the side while you...
Oh, I don't care about that, and that sounds fun. That sounds hot. I don't care about that.
You guys could do it together.
Exactly, but I wouldn't get with another guy. That's gross. I'm
Also,
not.
you
I'm
would-
more into girls
yeah.
personally, but I'm not completely into girls. Like he's more into guys than he is girls. I'm more into guys than I am girls.
Okay, got it. But
It's confusing. It's confusing.
I'm not
but-
confused. But so kind of moving this back though to the Wilson hypothesis, which is that I think any man who is not a cuck will always view every man as who is as lesser than them, regardless of social status.
Yeah.
That's my hypothesis.
No, and that might be right. I guess I sure.
So-
I just
so
don't
don't you-
associate
right.
with
So don't
guys
you,
who
yeah.
think
So don't
like
you
that.
think then, if that is true, and you agree that that's true, that the men who engage in this then are going to be significantly punished by the rest of the hierarchy in society for this, and that
if they let it, sure.
how do you mean let? How can you stop it? There's not like a
Go off, Queen.
yeah, there's not like a stop which can happen here, right? You can't stop it. You can't be like, oh, you have to view me as your equal, because they just won't, right? It's like,
Yeah.
nah, you're a cuck, bro. Get out of
Or
here.
you could just not care in general. Like
yeah, but not caring does not mean that you're not going to get the effect of
True.
this.
Well, I guess I've just never seen it firsthand, but like,
There's a
Yeah.
few people on the internet
There's
who
no way
have
I can
been
dispute something I don't know.
exposed as cucks. And hitherto, they might have had some opinions that people really liked. They might have had a following, and they might be able
they
to
don't.
say the best thing ever that is just completely revolutionary. They might be able to cure cancer, but they're a cuck,
Yeah.
so
no,
we don't care
true.
about what they say.
No, you got a
Right.
valid point there. That's
Like
definitely
Sneeko.
messed up. That's so sad. Like,
Well, I mean, you heard,
crazy.
it's the old bridge builder thing, right? It doesn't matter how good you are at building bridges. If you suck one dick, they're not going to call you the bridge builder. They're going to call you.
The dick sucks?
That's right.
I was like, wait.
That's how it works.
No, you're right. That's messed up. But
Oh God.
I don't know. Luckily, us girls don't have to deal with that, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I would
I'm
feel
grateful,
horrible
I guess.
if
I
everyone
just
called
feel
my man a
bad.
cuck.
Yeah, that would be.
I'd be like
pretty
hiding,
terrible.
like
Yeah.
So
from society. Like this is sad.
I mean, I'm
I
thinking I'm into
damn,
shit.
I didn't
so-
realize how weird my thought process is. I thought that like it just was like everyone thinks differently, but I guess I.
Well, these
nice.
norms. Do you know why these norms exist? They exist because
Of men.
no, they exist because the only way to assure paternity from a man and a woman, meaning the only way for you to determine that the child was yours before we had testing to determine this, which is recent, very recent, was that she was only with you.
Yeah.
So if she stepped out, you had no way to determine whether the offspring was yours.
Yeah, I mean, I
So
like
that's why
monogamy.
it's
I think
such a big
monogamy
deal. It's
is really
ingrained
good.
in men, right? It's ingrained in men. They're like, they want to assure paternity. They want to be like, I want to know that kid as much. So that's why we find it revolting, right?
True.
It's built into us.
That's totally fine. I mean, I think it's revolting too. Like if I say my ex because I still care about him a lot and stuff, but if my ex were to get with a girl, I would probably freak out and put like instant mashed potatoes in his yard before
Why?
it rained.
I thought you had the perfect homosexual you were with.
I don't think he would do it. I'm just saying hypothetically.
Yeah,
if he were
hypothetically.
to, I'd be really upset.
Why?
But like, because I mean.
But if he goes out and like sucks 100 dicks, no problem?
I mean, he wouldn't.
But if he did,
Yeah, but if he
If
did.
he did,
like,
I wouldn't mess
hypothetically.
with like 100. Like if he
A
had,
10?
if he
10?
I think 10 is
Two.
doable.
2? Okay, 2 dicks.
but not
Like-
3.
Not 3. 3's too many.
No, I mean, okay.
Depends on the course of time.
He's super
Yeah.
respectful and he understands my boundaries, and I don't even have to worry about him
Okay, so
crossing
2. So
them.
he sucks 2 dicks. That's okay. One
So
chick.
fine. I do want to see a my chart though. I want to see.
You
that-
want to make sure you didn't get HIV?
I need to like it's like that's like a big thing. Like I'm not getting nothing. Like do what you want, just don't get with a girl and show me your my chart.
But you can go get with a guy?
He can?
Yeah.
Sure. I don't care. I want to see them though, and that's just me. That's just me personally. Like I would never judge what other people want and stuff, as long as it's not like messed up. But like I don't know. That's just how I am. It's
Do you
just
think that
doesn't make me
having
jealous.
a girlfriend and then going out and sucking a dick is a little bit messed up?
Not particularly. Just
That's pretty normal.
keep me in the known. It's never happened. He never really did it. I think he thinks that it would make me upset, but like I'm so for real right now. I genuinely don't get jealous like that when it comes to men, but with women, no. It's like my brain is like wired to be like, if he gets with another girl, then he hates me. So I don't know. I want to know if there's like a name for how I think, because I cannot be the only person that thinks this way.
Okay.
Oh, I think it's called psychosis.
It might be. I am crazy.
Wait, you are?
No, I'm just autistic. My brain
Wait,
is
you're
just
just what?
weird.
Autistic?
Oh, autistic.
Yeah,
Okay.
my brain's just
I mean,
a little
I guess
slow.
this could be a good segue. Like, so mental illness check. What's everybody's diagnosis?
Oh, really?
Never been diagnosed with anything.
You've diagnosed yourself, though, right?
What's your self-diagnosis?
Self-diagnosis?
ADHD.
Okay.
ADHD. What you got? Gotta catch 'em all?
Anxiety.
Official or unofficial?
Unofficial.
So self-diagnosis, anxiety.
Self-diagnosis,
Okay.
if I had
no,
to.
any official diagnoses?
No
Okay.
official.
Yeah, I'm just autistic.
Like,
Official?
so okay, we got like bipolar, BPD, anything like that. Any personality disorders?
No.
Just autism.
Asperger's.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, technically.
Technically, what?
Asperger's.
It's technically
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Asperger's.
What about you?
I have like a few anxiety disorders. I have GAD, I have like social anxiety, and then I also have anticipatory anxiety. It's
Oh,
basically
what?
anticipatory anxiety.
Oh, okay.
So I'd show up to work like 3 or 4 hours early, like in the parking lot type shit.
Whoa.
Yeah, I had like 11 years of therapy.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Good
and then
times.
what?
Good times.
Oh, sorry, I totally heard something else.
Got you good.
What?
What'd you hear?
Can't talk about it on the podcast. Anyway,
Okay.
I also have like a depression disorder, so I have like clinical depression.
All right. What about you? What you got?
Anxiety.
Anxiety.
I get anxious sometimes.
Jake, what about you?
Sometimes when I'm trying to sleep and I hear little noises, I get pretty upset.
Okay.
Psychopath. All right.
Psychopath.
What about you, Andrew?
Oh my God, yeah.
Insomnia.
It's got psychopathy, narcissism. It's just, like the list goes on.
Shit.
Any of the
Honestly, I'm glad you're
Diagnosed?
self-aware of
yeah,
it.
any of the things that women normally call men
Oh.
when they're just kind of like moderately unpleasant to them.
Incel, micro penis.
I have
Serious.
OCD.
Yeah.
Look at
I
him
have all of those
rolling him.
things.
That's
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
tell
Mr.
right
owns
now.
his wife.
Clip that
What's that?
right there.
Mr.
That's
owns his
adorable.
wife.
Yeah.
Thumbnail.
Yeah, so it's,
Literally.
I would say, yeah, narcissism, psychopathic, yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
Most men.
Most men,
I
yeah.
think he's just a man.
Do you
Yeah,
sleep with
just
like
saying.
blackout curtains
Just
and
a
all that
boy.
stuff?
And then going around
Like
the table
it has
once
to be like
more.
you can't hear a pin drop.
Eye
You
mask.
said
yeah.
you
Oh,
thought
yeah.
it was
Okay,
cute.
so
I do
going
the same thing.
Really? Is this the inquiry?
Y'all just
The
making shit up.
blackout curtains? Is that the pressing
Yes, it's got
conversation? All
to. It's got to
right.
be dark, quiet. I don't want to hear a peep.
Okay, so going around the
You're
table.
triggering my narcissism so hard right now. It's
So sorry.
ridiculous.
So
You're triggering my narcissism.
You're triggering my narcissism.
I need to take a walk.
so going around